update. Update on what?
An update on these little field trips that you've been taking with Mike.
I guarded him. Like backup. Like a second set of eyes. Everybody needs backup, right?
It has to be Jesse Pinkman. Why? What, is there something about you that I don't know? Are you a former Navy SEAL? Do you have to have your hands registered as lethal weapons?
Now register this.
All I'm saying is that do you not even question this? Do you really believe that you mean anything to these people?
I see they can't outright kill me, but they don't want me getting high. I see this thing probably started as Gus getting Mike to babysit me. But you know what? I saved Mike from getting robbed. Even killed, maybe. So maybe I'm not such a loser after all.
What if it's all just a setup?
What?
If this robbery that you stopped wasn't even real? Gus can't kill you because of me. He knows I won't stand for it. He needs me, and he hates the fact that he needs me. So what does he do? He goes to work driving a wedge between you and me.
You're an asshole. If you'd been there, you know it wasn't a setup.
Wait a minute. How long did those guys chase you, huh? Because the way you describe it, they gave up pretty damn easy.
I mean, Walt's right, but he doesn't have to be such a dick about it.
What?
You gotta go.
What, am I supposed to clean all this on my own?
So it's a way to get Jesse clean, and it's a way to put Walt in his place then, isn't it? Like, know who you are, know your place kind of thing.
Buenos dias, ladies. Buenos dias. Do you speak English? ¿Se habla inglés? Ayuda a limpio.
Oh, he wants
¿Sí?
them to clean.
Sí, I need help to clean.
Fuck.
Yes, sí. ¿Comprende? Sí.
¿Qué quieres?
No, es bueno. Por favor. Entrar. Sí. Muy bueno.
No podemos. No podemos. Lo siento.
No, es no problema. Un momento. No problema.
Allí no.
Por favor. 2 horas máximo. ¿Sí? Please, por favor. Yes.
So they know that something dodgy is going on there. I mean, they're smart enough to know that, but he's gonna get them killed. I mean, I think Gus will have those girls killed just to show Walt who's who.
The deal is we're watching that house. Couple down on the left with the tree in the front.
Yeah? What for?
No, little birdie told me there's some guys in there that have 3 pounds of our product, which they're selling, and which they sure as hell didn't get from us.
Why don't you just go break the door down just to whip those bitches and show them who's boss?
Because the little birdie also told me these guys are heavily into the product and most likely aren't. Now, what you may not know about meth heads, maybe you do, they're kind of unpredictable. I don't care for unpredictable, so we wait. Whoa, where are you going?
So they're selling, right? Maybe I'm looking to buy.
We don't sell to strangers. Get off the porch, asshole.
Guess we'll go with plan A then.
I mean, Mike's been around long enough to know what works and what doesn't.
I'm getting those pricks out of that house.
Oh, your first attempt being such a wild success.
You may know this whole PI sit in the car business, but I know meth heads. Hey, you mind taking over for a minute?
Yeah. Sure.
Mind if I use your John?
Yeah.
The hell are you? It's
The hell are you?
It's cool. Hey, I'm a friend of Tucker's.
What do you want?
I just wanna buy some of the blue.
Tucker!
Hey, let's go find Tucker, okay? Let's go outside.
I don't have enough for you, all right?
Yeah. I get it.
Tucker!
Muchas gracias, querido. Maria, Veronica. Yeah, gracias.
Muchas gracias.
I missed that one. I'm sure it was good. Damas, vengan conmigo.
Nosotros vamos a terminar nuestro trabajo.
Wait a minute, where are you taking me? Come on, Tyrus, what are you doing?
I'm putting them on a bus.
Why? What bus?
And that takes them back to Honduras?
Hey, wait a second. Wait a minute. You tell Gus to blame me, not them.
He does.
Give us a minute, will you?
We won't be too long.
The crew that hit our truck gave away the cargo to a couple local nobodies. Very disciplined of them, not keeping anything for themselves. It was all about sending a message. Which they did, literally. It was written on the bucket lid. Ready to talk? That, I believe, is the English translation. Let me hire 10, 15 more good operators. And we hit them back, hit them hard, hit them where they live.
No. This war stays cold for now.
What about their message? What's the answer?
Set up a meeting. Let's see what they have to say. How did he do today?
Of course, we don't hear that, do we?
I hear you can handle yourself.
I guess.
Good night.
Excuse me. Why me?
I like to think I see things in people.
Mom!
Hey, sweetheart. Hi.
So, did you see what's in the driveway?
Can't really miss it, can you?
Hey. Mwah. So, that's yours, huh?
Yeah, Dad got it for me.
Well, that was very nice of him.
Yeah, considering he's unemployed.
So, Dad said I can take you around the block a few times. Is that okay? Just around the block.
Yeah. Just around the block. And be careful, okay?
I will.
Mwah.
All right.
I want you to know something. I need you to understand that you are safe. You, Junior, Holly, you are completely safe. Everything that I do, everything, I do it to protect this family.
So, buying that car, that was protecting your family? It goes back tomorrow.
Skyler, it will crush him.
That car directly contradicts our story. And if you're so invested in protecting this family, it means protecting the story.
I just worry that he'll blame you for this.
You're such a prick. That was the whole point, wasn't
Once again, he'll blame his bitch mother for taking away what his loving father has given him. So, thanks for that. But you know what, Walt? Someone has to protect this family from the man who protects this family.
So yeah, another good episode. I'm just really confused. I think there's a lot of gameplay in this episode and people trying to work each other out and that. But yeah, let's go through it. So it started off with yeah, one of Gus's trucks again being yeah, attacked and the drugs stolen and yeah, I think it's I think it is like T.O.'s men or something like that. I think it must be sort of because they want to send a message, and obviously Gus before got rid of some of the, well, he had them shot, didn't he? So I think it's like revenge or whatever. So yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. So then we had Skyler sort of waking up Walt, and Walt not remembering what happened the night before because he was drunk. And I think Skyler, how she worked it out is she thought Walt was scared, and that's why he wanted Hank to, wanted Hank to sort of work out that, you know, Gale wasn't the big guy. The big guy is still out there somewhere, and I didn't think about that, but yeah, that could be, you know, another reason why Walt wanted wanted Hank to sort of look into it. Maybe it's more like subconsciously. I think definitely Walt is scared. I don't doubt that, but the way that scene came across was more like it was Walt's arrogance that he couldn't have somebody. He couldn't have people think somebody else was better than Walt. So yeah, I think that was more it. But I also think that Skylar is right. Walt is scared, and like Skylar said, you know, this is the point now where, you know, we need to go to the police. If you're in danger, we're in danger, and yeah, now is the time to go to the police. But of course, Walt is like, oh yeah, I'm protecting my family, nothing's gonna happen to you. And it's like, how do you know that? I mean, just watch a few gangster movies, you know, the family is gonna be had at some point. So yeah, yeah, it didn't work out too well. Then obviously Skylar left, and Walt went to get the keys from, was it Bogdan? And Bogdan was sort of explaining to Walt what it means being a boss, that, you know, having to make decisions that, you know, your employees are not gonna like. And obviously Bogdan was talking about the car wash, but I think sort of how Walt was listening to it, what Bogdan was saying was about being a boss in like the drug world. You know, you're gonna have to make decisions, and it's not gonna be liked, and you gotta show them who's boss and that type of thing. So I think that was sort of yeah, Walt was I think Walt wants to get rid of Gus. I mean, and he's trying to work out how to be the big man. But like Bogdan said in the end, you know, and if that doesn't work, you know, just ask your wife or something like that, which I thought was quite good, because I think for Walt, I think Walt needs Skylar. Skylar is sort of she's got an intelligence in a different way than what Walt does. She can see things and like in different ways than what Walt can. Walt is very intelligent, but, you know, he's very limited, and he's not limited. He's just honed in on that little bit, where Skylar, she sees the bigger picture, what potentially could happen if this goes down and that goes down. So I think they do need each other, to be fair. Yeah, and then we had a little scene with Jesse and Mike, and you know, Jesse's Jones, and he needs the drugs, and you know, I think Mike is just there to sort of babysit him to make sure he doesn't go back to his ways, because if he goes back to the drugs and that, that puts the business in jeopardy, doesn't it? So I can see why they're drying Jesse out. So I think that's probably a smart move. Well, I think potentially could be as well, because there was. Oh no, I'll get to that later on. We had Walt and Junior talking, and Junior's like, "Well, you're not moving in, are you?" It's like, "No, I'm not really." But they went and Walt bought him a flashy car, which is like, you're an absolute idiot. You're just drawing attention to yourself. You're unemployed, school teacher, and you've just, yeah, he's just an idiot. Like, I think it was kind of. I think it was planned that, he knows that he's angry with Skyler, so he knows a way to get back at Skyler is to buy something expensive for, the son, for Junior, and he knows damn well that Junior can't keep that car, but Skyler is going to have to be the bad guy, to say, no, this car's going to have to go back, we can't, yeah. So, yeah, he's just playing. Yeah, he's trying to play Skyler against Junior, but Skyler said in the end, she has to protect the family, the one who's protecting the family. So I thought that was a pretty good saying. So yeah, Junior's obviously happy about the car, but I mean, yeah, it's gonna have to go, isn't it? Now we have Walt and Jesse. What basically want information from Jesse. Is like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And this and that. And I think Walt did work out that they're using Jesse to maybe get to Walt. And I think Walt worked out that that hit wasn't actually a hit, it was a setup, and which is true, but I think the way Walt speaks to people, your so-called like bedside manners are very bad, and I think Gus knows that, and I think that's potentially what is happening there, sort of trying to play them against each other. So they're giving Jesse more responsibility, which I think Jesse is desperate for. He's desperate to prove himself, and obviously Walt knows that's not the plan, and that's going to make Jesse mad at Walt, and they're gonna be mad at each other, and I don't know, try to go their separate ways or something. I don't know, or maybe they're just training. Maybe they are just training Jesse up so he could take over for Walt or something. I don't know, because if they give Jesse everything he wants, the respect and all that, maybe their thought is that he would be able to get rid of Walt at some point. Then I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I thought that was quite a good scene with Jesse and Walt there, and then obviously they went down to start doing the cleaning, and Jesse was called out that he needs to go somewhere else. So and again, he was sort of like in your face, Jesse's out there doing important work, and you're left there cleaning. So obviously the cameras were there, and Walt was like, yeah, well, screw you kind of thing. I'm going to get these women to come and clean for me. So, and that is, again, just so selfish. I think Walt was trying to pull a fast one on Gus, like showing him, yeah, well, you're doing this to me, so I'm smart enough to, I'm smart enough to play you. I'm just going to get these girls to help. But I mean, obviously, it's pretty clear that these girls, I don't think they're going to survive that. And they didn't want to go down there because they know, there's something dodgy about that basement or whatever. But he convinced them, money convinces a lot of people to do stupid stuff. So they went down there and cleaned, and after they cleaned, they came back up, and yeah, they were sort of taken away. I don't think they're gonna be taken back to Honduras. I think they're gonna be executed and taken somewhere. We'll never see them again, and that's gonna be Gus's warning to Walt, like, don't try and be the big man, I'm the man, you know, I'm gonna put you in your place, and you know, if you don't do as I say, there's gonna be consequences, and yeah. So I think, yeah, I don't think Walt is as smart as he thinks he is. So we had Skyler, and she went to this place. I don't know where that place was, but it was obviously, you know, you got 4 states, and she was tossing a coin, and I think that's just basically, I think she realizes they're in it too deep, and they need to get out of there to protect the family. And she chose Colorado, but in the end, you know, she didn't want Colorado, so she tried again, and it still was Colorado. And then she went and just with her foot moved it back to New Mexico. So she's not committed enough to, you know, to make that leap. Which I think, to be honest, I think that is she needs to get out of there. You know, she's got a baby, she's got a teenage son. You know, she needs to get away from Walt. But yeah. Then we had Mike and Jesse sort of had a bit of a stakeout, didn't they? With the house where the drugs ended up. So yeah, it turns out that the drugs have just been randomly not randomly, but they've been given to some lowlives to sell. But obviously they're not going to be selling; they're going to be using. I mean, you can just see they are addicted to the stuff. So Mike's plan was just to sit there and lure them out, or get them out eventually. And Jesse's a bit more impatient, isn't he? He's a bit more like a bull in a china shop, isn't he? He doesn't have the patience, whereas Mike's got quite a bit of patience. He's been doing the job for a long time, so yeah. And I thought, you know, this is gonna just be another one where, you know, Jesse's gonna have to learn, you know, patience. You know, you gotta learn from the best. But I think the best actually started to learn a bit from Jesse, because like Jesse said that yeah, you know how to play this game, but I know meth heads. You know, I know what their mindset is. You know, so I can go in there and you know, get them out. So it did work, didn't it? Jesse managed to, yeah, to get what they needed, and there was a message for Gus. I think it said something about ready to talk yet, or something like that. And yeah, I quite like that scene. I think Jesse's storyline is becoming a lot more interesting than Walt's, which you guys are probably not going to like, but I think it is. I think Jesse's always been the underdog, but he's really starting to prove himself, and I think he has done in the past before. He's sort of he's a compassionate guy, and he's a pretty clever guy. He sees a lot, and I think he understands how things work. So yeah, it's I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. So we had Mike and Jesse back at the diner, and they're just sort of talking, and then Gus shows up, and Gus is like, yeah, can you just give us a minute or whatever? So Mike and Gus are talking, and Mike sort of wanted Gus to say, look, we need to attack. You know, we can't just sit back here and you know, take it. We need to do something. And Gus is like, no, we'll. He says something about Cold War, so they're not going to do anything yet. I don't know what his plan is. Maybe to lure them in and then attack, or see. I don't know, but we'll see. But obviously, he asked about how Jesse was doing, and the camera sort of went over to Jesse, so we didn't actually hear the conversation between Mike and Jesse. But I think Mike was actually quite impressed with Jesse, how Jesse handled it. I think Mike sort of saw things in a different way, that in a way that he wouldn't actually think how they could do it. So I thought that was quite good. So having this like junkie with him isn't necessarily a bad thing. So Gus went out, and Jesse was like, well, what is you? Why are you doing this kind of thing? why me kind of thing, you know. And Gus was like, well, I see things in people. So I think maybe in the beginning when he was taking Jesse out with Mike, maybe that was sort of just to try him out, to get Walt to cooperate, because if they killed Jesse, Walt wouldn't cooperate. But I think maybe now they're going to be focusing more on Jesse to sort of prove to Walt that it's not all about you, you know. We can train this guy up and screw you kind of thing. I don't know. I'm confused about it, but that would kind of make sense that, you know, play them against each other and giving Jesse the respect that he wants and acknowledgements that he wants. So that would be quite interesting. And then we ended up with obviously Skyler coming back home, seeing the car and that, and making it clear that obviously the car has to go, you know. It's just too much attention on you. You know, the neighbors are going to see it, and people are going to be talking. The IRS are going to be sort of like, okay, so you got no job, but now you're buying a fancy car. Like, what? So it's pretty clear the car has to go back. And Skylar was like, yeah, well, I'm going to be the bitch mom again, but at least I'm going to protect the family from the one who's supposedly protecting the family. So yeah, I think it's sort of going. I think, yeah, definitely. Walt is on a bit of like roller coaster, isn't he? He's sort of going. It's going his way, and then it's not going his way, and now it's starting to go downhill again for him. I think. I think people around him are coming across as being a bit more, well, they've been smarter than he is. So I can't wait to see what's happened. It was a sort of a slow episode, but it was sort of like all in your head kind of thing. So I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So I think I'm going to stop here, guys. But I just want to thank you so much for watching my reactions. I know they're not on time at the moment, but you know, I'm sort of looking for a job and that, so that's why. But I will, you know, obviously get them edited and that. So that being said, guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you next episode.